Hello everyone, welcome to Sillytails Review. Today we're talking about Donkey Kong Bananza. This review will be as spoiler-free as possible, and as such, we'll only be discussing the first couple hours of the game. It is truly a fantastic game, and I want everyone to go in as fresh as possible. That being said, let's start the review. The story of Donkey Kong Bananza is a modest one. One day, working on Ingot Isle as a miner, DK is going about his life as happy as can be. He wakes up, dons his mining cap, and gets to work to uncover Banandium gems. Life could not be sweeter. That is until the devious Void Kong and company, Grumpy Kong and Poppy Kong, come and put an end to the peace known to DK. Void Kong's goal is to get to the center of the earth and uncover the treasure there that is said to grant any wish. When Void Kong plunges down into the earth, he takes all of the Banandium gems with him, and off goes DK to retrieve them and his friends that get sucked down with them. Along the way, DK finds a curious character called Oddrock that very soon reveals themselves to be your partner for the entire game, the wonderful mayor and singer from Mario Odyssey, Pauline. With Pauline in tow, it is up to you both to now foil Void Kong and get Pauline back to the surface. On your journey, you will visit biome after biome, called sublayers here, and meet up with village elders who grant you Bananza powers to use at your disposal to overcome obstacles and get further down towards the center of the earth. The story as a whole is mostly told to you in brief cutscenes after boss fights and through non-stop dialogue with Pauline being the catalyst. You will learn about each sublayer you are on through the adorable NPCs that inhabit them and signposts found scattered throughout the levels. The story as a whole is nothing to write home about. This is a platforming collectathon, so the main point of the game is not the destination, but the abundant amount of fun you will have getting there. And oh boy, does this game deliver fun by the absolute metric truckload. A quick side note, the endings to this game, the last few hours, are some of the greatest to ever exist in a platformer, and I will remember them the rest of my life. The meat and bananas of this game is the moment-to-moment gameplay. Let me tell you that if you picked up the controller and within the first 5 minutes are not instantly hooked, I would be blown away. The first thing the game will have you do is punch your way through a tunnel and create your own path to the objective marker. You will do this from the outset all the way to the finale, and never has there been a main gameplay gimmick that is more addicting. Every swing of DK's arms, whether you are punching up, down, left, right, or diagonal, resonates with a tremendous thud on whatever poor piece of terrain or enemy is on the other side of your fists. All of this punching is in service towards finding Banandium gems. They are hidden all throughout the world in such varied ways. They could be deep underground, in a really cool challenge room, hanging from a ceiling, and so many other unique ways to obtain them it would take entirely too long to write them out. That is the fun of the game though, you never know where or how a banana is going to show up. The moveset on display here is nothing less than a masterclass of platforming genius. Of course, we should expect nothing less from the team that brought us Mario Odyssey. Aside from punching everything you see, you will be jumping, double jumping, surfing on terrain, and using your various aforementioned Bananza transformations for traversal and puzzle solving. The other truly amazing part of this game though is you can climb literally everything you can see. If you see something in the distance, you better believe you can get there, and that there is probably a good reason to do so. Besides Banandium gems, the other main collectible of the game is fossils. Every sublayer has a bunch of small and medium fossils to collect and one large fossil. You use these to purchase new clothes for DK and Pauline to assist them on their adventure. The clothes are not just aesthetic either, they actually provide specific boosts to defense or offense to help you on the sublayer you find them. You also will be collecting gold as you obliterate everything in your path. At first it seemed gold was pretty useless and just a fun thing to pick up, but you actually wind up needing an insane amount of it during your playtime. I probably wound up spending upwards of 100,000 gold on NPCs called Constructones that use it to open bonus stages for you or build quick travel mechanisms to help you navigate the massive areas. You also can use gold to buy maps that show you exactly where on the map Banandium gems and fossils are if you're having a hard time finding certain ones. If you find yourself strapped for gold though, you can just break the entire environment to uncover treasure chests that could happen to have one of those maps in it. Also, let me just add a tip here. That second to last sublayer of the game requires 30,000 gold to progress, so do try to keep that in mind. If you die, you lose 500 gold, but dying should be a fairly uncommon occurrence. You will find red balloons that save you from falling off the level and taking damage, and apple juice that will provide a full heal if you lose all of your health. As the game progresses, you also have a very good skill tree to level up. For every 5 Banandium gems you collect, there are 777 to find in all, you get a skill point. You will hear the phrase, "Oh, banana," so many times it will be burned into your brain. The skill tree unlocks new powers for traversal, health upgrades, and a boatload of upgrades for your Bananza powers. I never found myself hurting for skill points though. The way I play any game is to 100% every location before I venture forth to the next one. One other thing you will be spending your gold on is little sanctuaries found all over the sublayers, where you can rest and recover all of your hearts and have a nice little chat with Pauline and listen to some amazing soundtracks found in the game. Another main aspect of the game is the sublayers you will be visiting. At the start, they are your standard fare of video game biomes, a beach, a jungle, snowy mountains, etc. As the game progresses though, the creativity on display is otherworldly. Some of these stages I will remember for the rest of my life. I cannot explain nor will I show you them because they absolutely must be seen firsthand to truly enjoy the splendor they invoke. Getting around all of the stages is super easy as well, thanks to little guys called elevators that act as this game's fast travel system. Can I also please stress how amazing DK's animations and facial expressions are? Never has a character that only communicates through grunts and groans and thumbs ups had so much to say and you understand everything he wants to convey. The most amazing and unique part of this game is the Bananza powers. For some reason, all of the village elders in the game decided to become DJs. You must help them recover their prized ancient record, and when you do, an absolutely fantastic song and dance number plays before you transform into one of the several amazing transformations on offer. I do not want to ruin the surprise of what you turn into, but the first 3 are a kaiju-sized gorilla, an ostrich, and a zebra. All of these transformations have a unique moveset and traversal methods that all felt great to use. The best part about transforming though is there is a unique song that plays while you are transformed and I never got sick of hearing them. The zebra song is my favorite. There's a transformation later in the game that made me feel like I was playing Luigi's Mansion, and that is all I will say before I spoil anything for you. My one and only gripe with the game is how absurdly easy it was from beginning to end. I found every fossil and banana on every level before I progressed to the next one, and besides maybe a small handful that stumped me for like 10 seconds, they were all super easy to obtain. Likewise, the enemies of the game pose little to no threat. You either punch them or throw something at them and they vanish in the blink of an eye. I beat a boss about 10 hours into my journey in less than 20 seconds. I thought to myself, maybe I was just too overpowered and the game will get more challenging as I go on. I wound up fighting like the third to last boss and once again beat them in 20 seconds or less with no variation in the fight besides punch, punch, punch. No midway transformation or new arena or any strategy for like 95% of the fights in this game. I know this is technically a kids game, but even other games in the genre such as Astro Bot, Mario Odyssey, or Kirby and the Forgotten Land have significantly more challenge than this. I feel if you think about any form of media for a long enough time, you can pick it apart and find some flaws in it. I believe fully that the way a game should be rated is based on 3 questions. How much fun did you have? How memorable will the game be years from now? How many people could you recommend it to? The answer to those questions in regards to Donkey Kong Bonanza are: I never stopped having the time of my life. I will remember this game as long as I live. I would recommend this game to absolutely everyone. The level of polish that this game has, never once did my frame rate dip, or did I see any pop-in, or did I experience any crashes. The immense amount of love that went into every world, every character, every animation, shows a team that truly loves what they do and understands how to craft something timeless. This game will go down in history as one of the best platformers to ever exist, and will absolutely be a frontrunner for Game of the Year in 2025. Now please excuse me while I go and enjoy the wealth of post-game content this gem has to offer.